we'll be able to go live by first week of May. I'm guaranteeing that right now.
Here in this project, we have over 50,000 lines of code.
Wow, that's insane. Oh, shoot. So we don't usually shoot on Mondays, the day that we're launching the YouTube, but I called Ian. I was like, bro, you have to get over here because I want you guys to be the first ones to see the unboxing of our first samples. This is our first samples from China, right? Yeah, so our first samples from China. We went overseas to see if they could score a board because the product is about this size here. It is this size, this is the exact product. And I cut this myself, but we're seeing different ways we can score the board to where we can put it in packaging like this, right? Okay, this is exciting stuff. What are we gonna start with? Product or package?
Oh, product.
Product, okay. Even, oh, these are heavy. I'm not sold on the type of material. And this would be just way too heavy. I mean, feel this thing.
Oh, wow.
That is heavy. This is clean. This is more the material in terms of the lightness. This is the closest one so far, for sure. And now, let's check the boxes, which I'm most excited about. Oh, shoot! Okay. This one is heavy. Is that nice or what? Okay, let's see. Oh, look at, feel that. Let's see this. That is not, I like this boxing, bro. Oh. Ah! It's hot. Hot. Like, how many hours over the last 9 weeks would you say it took collectively to get to where we are today?
We work around 40 hours a week. It's been a full-time commitment with the guys.
Per person though, right?
Each one.
Yeah. So
exactly.
80 hours on a project or more. What does it mean to write a line of code?
That means that you are given clear instructions through the system to achieve anything you need. For example, here in this project, we have over 50,000 lines of code in these 9 weeks. So that gives you an idea of the pace we're moving at. Per person, right?
Per person? So you're saying there's probably over 150,000 lines of code total, or 100,000 lines? Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
The AI agent was the most difficult challenge for us because it didn't feel like a human, felt like a robot.
Making it feel human without losing what makes the machine powerful. Behind the scenes, the system has to track every variable you are telling in the chat. Your habits, your data, your patterns, and use all of that to build the best possible plans for you. It's a heavy stuff.
In my case, I love the chat because I feel like I have a life coach and I can clarify my ideas. And I think if I had this tool before in my life, I can get more goals. I love that idea.
Oh, that makes me so happy. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for all your hard work. Appreciate it. All right, y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Damn, they're badass, bro. That's so awesome. Dude, they're crushing.
Daydream, I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful day. Daydream.
So on my fun and travel goals, I put golf twice a month. And both March and April when I started it, I've done almost twice a week. So, oh, that's hilarious. So one of my finance goals was to reread The Psychology of Money by the end of the year, because I just think it's such a great book for people, especially just like having the psychology of what makes you broke and what makes you just poor-minded. I highly recommend that book. And so now I'm starting on a new book. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. So I have read or listen to 4 books this year. And why there's only 4 is because I'm so used to doing like 10 books a year or 12 books or once a month, and that I'm just reading the book. I'm not actually comprehending or understanding the book or learning the book. And so this year I really want to just dive into understanding what the author is trying to get out. And so I'm reading the book. So the first one of the year, we're not going to count The Psychology of Money now, but we're going to start with The Magic of Thinking Big. That's going to be the first one we're going to put on here. The other thing I wanted to put on here is twice a month I write a letter to someone I care about. And right now it's like someone that really inspires me. This month I thought of a buddy who hasn't been home a lot this year. He's one of my best friends. He's out there grinding. He's constantly traveling for work, constantly just making big moves and growing his company, and he inspires me to the max. He's not even from here. He's French and Portuguese, and he's taking full advantage of being in America, and it's just so inspiring to see what he's been able to do. Guess my body fat percentage is 11. Bro, you want to see something? Look at this. Check this out. Body fat percentage, the lowest 2% right there. Oh, thank you. See, with a 9.9% body fat, I have to celebrate with my favorite coffee, Nitro Cold Brew, and a carrot cake from, where are we? Proud Mary, before we get our breakfast. It has to, right? Oh! That's bomb. Stronger than 96% of people, let's go, in my age group. Basically, you're invincible, it says.
Hey Nico, awesome to see that your body fat is at the 2nd percentile. Super lean. What do you want to dig into first?
Whatever you want, just an overview.
How do you feel about tracking protein intake to support maintaining that muscle?
Easy.
Perfect, Nico. Let's aim for around 1 gram of protein per pound of lean mass, about 150 grams daily. Stick to your intense training.
I usually have 210 grams to 220 grams of protein daily.
That's fantastic, Nico. With 210 to 220 grams of protein daily, you're right on track to maintain that lean mass.
I thought you said
now
150.
It's about fine-tuned. No worries, Nico. You're already well above 150 grams. 210 to 220 grams is fantastic.
Okay, so the whole point of that is AI is always going to tell you what you want to hear, not always what you need. So you have to be very careful, because I can change AI's opinion anytime I want. All I have to do is reprompt it, or anytime I want to make a change. For example, it told me to have 150 grams of protein, right? But I said I'd take 210. He said, fantastic. Then I said, what about 150? She's like, oh, you're well above that. If I would to go down to 150 grams of protein, my whole body composition would change in a negative way. It's just, you can't rely all the time on AI, which is why the Vision Co and the Momentum app is so powerful. Because not only are we gonna make sure that doesn't happen, but the physicality of the product will be something that you'll be able to check off and do in a physical form and not just rely on the AI once it's already done. Little chicken nugget in 3, 2, 1. This is a great way to set up a strategy session if you're ever going into business, is to break it down into specific categories, get everything out in each category that you want to get out, write them all down on a sticky note. And then once you have them, it's like what's important, what needs to be taken care of right now in order for you to launch, what needs to be taken care of right after in order for you to maintain, and then what needs to be taken care of next in order for you to scale. So our overseas communication and product manager, physical product manager, her name is Shisharl. I talked to her yesterday, I talk to her every day, but they're sending the finalized product of all colors, all 6 colors, to my house with the new back, with the new shinier back, as well as the final box. That one's coming from Guangzhou, which is about a 7-hour drive from Hangzhou, where Shisharl is. Everything is set. My biggest concern was the fact that we're dealing with product coming from one manufacturer, the commercial packaging coming from another manufacturer, pens coming from one place, industrial packaging coming from another manufacturer, and then the adhesive that goes on the back of the board coming from another place. And I'm like, how are we gonna handle all this stuff? This is so crazy. She broke it down to me. It's so simple. I got an app. It's called TeamDrop. And everything is in there itemized and makes it so simple. And the craziest part is that for her to source everything for me is 5% of what we spent, which is insanely good. So we could see how many, physical momentum maps we have left, how many pens, how many commercial boxes, all that stuff. And when we get to too low of a point in each category, all we do is reorder right there on TeamDrop. We'll get an itemized breakdown of what cost what, from shipping to the physical product to how much we save if we spend X amount or order X amount of product, and then her fee on top of that. So all that will be here. We'll be able to go live by first week of May. I'm guaranteeing that right now. Super exciting. We are gonna start our live, just so people know, just friends and family and just word of mouth, with zero marketing. The reason why is we wanna make sure the flow is super fluent. Once we are confident in the flow, boom, we're ready to go heavy into marketing and really push this thing. By that time, the app will be out. And the app is gonna be super beneficial for the customer, because if they're not home and their physical momentum map is not in front of them, they'll be able to go on the app and actually just mark off the things that are on there. The app's not gonna be available for a few months, but when the app is ready, your momentum app will already be loaded on there for you. You just have to sign in and you're ready to go.